Hey guys, some people have taken interest in this custom wind flow paper animation on Gumroad, which is awesome. A few of you have been asking actually for a bit more of a detailed breakdown on how it works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to download exactly the same one that you guys will be using from Gumroad so that it's super clear. So as you can see, each stack is actually within a collection folder. If we expand this stack, which is obviously this one that's left, we can break it down a little bit. This is actually the position. We change position like this. If we want to control the stack itself, we've got to go into this position, expand that empty, come down to paper and Geo Nodes. If we lift this, if we go into the modifiers, this is where we can control everything. This is your paper quantity. So 10, 50, and what we've got down here is actually in the dope sheet, you'll see the time frame. So some of you might be saying that you can't actually see it. It might be because you're not on frame 100, you might be on frame 0. So if we just move along the time frame here, you can see that. So the first two keyframes will be your stack animation. We can delete that, and as you can see, that means that they won't animate in anymore. The second set of keyframes is the wind. So let's say delete that, you can delete that, and there you go. It doesn't animate again. You can repurpose this. So if you go stack animation, you could actually keyframe the final state at the first. So there. This value will change depending on the paper quantity. And if we make that 0, we get it animated. Great. If we go to frame 100 and we go to our wind animation, keyframe that at 0, move it 50 or wherever, and make it 1 now, and keyframe that there. Great. So animates in and it animates out. Next is the wind scale. If you increase this value, you'll see more pieces of paper will move together. If you go to 1, quite literally, one piece will move at a time. If you make it 100, 50 is a bit of a sweet spot for me. I like it there. Cool. Rotation. This is actually the rotation of the stack itself. So if I go to where it's fully stacked, that will change its rotation. This also means, though, that by doing it this way, as opposed to being able to rotate it in the scene, is it will still follow that direction that you've chosen in the wind. So when you later on make duplicates, they will all be following the same wind direction. So if you control the wind rotation of a stack, do it in your modifiers here. Feel free to do otherwise. That's what I would suggest. Scale, very simple. This is quite literally the scale. This is a uniform transform, so it will just be X, Y, and Z. Though the paper thickness is down here, so I'm not going to turn this up too much because the paper is not too thick. But if you really want to, you can increase the thickness. Cool. So this here, if you make this -13, it should flip it. If you make this -1500, it'll go backwards. So this is just the X wind and the Y wind. 13, let's make this 150 here. What we've got here is also your position seed. So if you just want to generate different versions, this is again super handy when you have multiple stacks, just to create some variation. Okay, and then also we've got the initial random state. So this, if you wanted a really random stack here, you can do so. Let me show you on that. There you go. So I think 1's nice. This just creates some variation. Or yeah, so if you want it super random at the start, do that. I think that some low numbers are just nice, just breaks it up. It's feel a bit less uniform and more realistic. So distance in between, as you can imagine, it's quite literally the distance in between. Maybe some of you haven't got as powerful PCs and you know, are struggling to simulate such high stacks, but also maybe you're super far away and you can get away with having less. You can sort of get away with the look. Maybe it's not even paper that you want to affect. Anyway, as you can see, at this point, it's not actually going from the top. So what we can do to control that is this position above stack. If you really wanted to, you could go down, you could go up. But this would determine where the wind starts blowing from. So if we go from up here, it will work the same. Great. So that's that. Let's say, let's bring back some of these normal values. Let's just bring this down to 0.01. Great. Let's just say you want another stack. Super simple. Just duplicate a collection. Change position over. Cool. And say you want to random it up a bit. All you need to do, you don't need to animate the paper quantity. That's done through the paper animation. 200 through 150. Scale. You don't want to change the scale in this situation. Maybe you want to change the rotation. More or less, you can do everything down here. All you need to do is change position up here. Let's say you don't want paper, you don't want cash, and you actually want a different element. Just go to delete this stack here. What you need to do is you need to come into here, come into your actual stack. Let's say you want to change it to a different piece of paper and you don't want cash money. You need to select your mesh, tab in to edit mode, go to shader first. I've actually got some paper in here already. This is a paper prescription. All you need to do is plug in any image you want, a flat image into the A, this mix, which goes into the base color. Super simple. That's all you need to do. Your image might be warped. As you can see, some of the writing on here is warped. So all you need to do is change the scale of the geometry in edit mode. And when you come out, you're back to normal. And it's as simple as that. Now we've got a stack of completely different paper. I hope that helps you guys. See the link in the description. More importantly, drop a like, share it with friends. Thank you so much.